Hi, welcome to my channel. As you can probably see from the title of this video, we're going to be talking about James Charles, yes. There's already been so many videos made about this, so I'm probably not going to say anything that hasn't already been said, like what is wrong with him. There is something to be said about like the reaction, the people defending him specifically, right? Especially in the world the world we're living in right now. We need community, but we do not need to be entitled to other people's things, other people's money, right? But that's not what's been talked about here, and that's not what happened. It was someone reaching out for help. Someone was in a desperate situation and wanted to reach out for help. There's nothing in that message that screams, I feel entitled to your money and you should give me your money because you're a rich influencer. There's nothing. He told us what she said, and there's nothing in what he told us she said that sounds entitled. It was just someone asking for help. So for him to go on this rant and act like she held a gun to his head and said, give me your money now, is so odd. And for him to be so angry is so odd. A lot of people are saying, like, why is he so angry? And I'm like of the same mind. Like, why did this? Like, he was getting red in the face, bro. He was getting red in the face because someone asked him for help. Because it's so easy, right? It's so easy to just get another job. It's so easy to just go and get another job, right? James Charles would know. James Charles would know how easy it is to just go get another job, right? In this day and age, applying for a job seems to have become a humiliation ritual. Like these companies want us to humiliate ourselves when we're applying for jobs, because I think they know how desperate we are because of like the state of the world. So they're just like, you know what? I know you're desperate, so I'm gonna need you to humiliate yourself if you really want this job. And then here comes fucking James Charles telling you getting another job. It slides off his tongue so easy. Slides off his tongue so easy because it's so easy for him. He would know. He would definitely know how easy it is to get a job. Like, oh my God, how out of touch are you, sir? You could have applied for 100 other jobs. How do you know? How do you know that she hasn't applied? You could sniff. You could sniff from the DM that she hasn't applied. How do you know? Here's how the real world works. As you've said, James, you said, welcome to the real. Let me welcome you to the actual real world. You can have applied for thousands of jobs and still need to ask for financial help. Applying for a job does not mean that you are out of the gutter. Applying for a job does not mean that you have the job. That's how the real world works, James. Let me, a pauper, welcome you to the real world. It does not mean that you have the job. Just because you applied does not mean that you're out of the gutter. Does not mean that you are now financially safe. So yes, you're going to have to ask people for help financially. And if that means going to an influencer who you know has a lot of reach. I think someone said her GoFundMe was like $1,500. $1,500. You would swear that she asked him for like 10 mil with how angry he is in this video. This fucking weirdo. Just because she applied does not mean she's out of the gutter financially. It means that she still needs to find, yo, my God. It doesn't mean that she has the money to sustain herself until she can see if she maybe has gotten a job. And even then, having gotten a job doesn't mean you're already getting paid. You have to work, you have to wait for payday. And in that time you have to work. You have to get to work. There's fuel. You have to just live. Electricity is still there. Food is still there. You have to think of those things, which is why one of the reasons probably she came to you. Welcome to the real world. You obviously are so out of touch and know nothing about the real world. Just from everything that he said so far, this man knows nothing about the real world. My goodness, it's pissing me off. You think that influencers and celebrities should fund your life for you. Where did you get that from? My guy, where did you get that from? We've taken such a leap. Someone asking you to share their GoFundMe link or help them out because they're out of a job. To him, to James Charles, that automatically means I expect I'm entitled to influencers and celebrities paying for my life and paying for my lifestyle. Maybe in your head that's what it means, James Charles. But to the normal everyday person, reaching out means I am desperate, I am in need, I need help. Could you please help? And if you could not or did not want to, you do not have to answer the DM. You could have just deleted it and gone about your day. Like, obviously we knew that he is not a good person. All in all, I'm disgusted, but like, I'm not surprised. Because James Charles has proven to like himself to be like obviously not a good person. In many ways, not just the allegations, but like in so many ways. Like, he can't help himself. Like, he genuinely cannot help himself. I think more people should just like calm down and wait and sit on a thought before expressing it on the internet. Especially if you have it on emotion. Like, organize it in your head and allow the logical part of your brain to just activate first before you hit that record button. Because, you know, I think also just like with like the internet, we can just record and like record every feeling and say everything that we're feeling in that moment without having actually processed those feelings and waiting for logic to kick in and your reason to kick in and be like, hey, wait, so I know we're feeling a way right now, but let's think about this logically, you know? Let's analyze this feeling first before we hit record and send that out to the world. But, you know, I don't really have that kind of hope for James Charles. Like, you'd think that someone of his stature, of his following, would have like more, like a better PR, you know, PR training. But no, I think also just like, if you are someone who's gone through the scandals that James Charles has been through and you've come out on the other side unscathed, you still have such a big following and so many people who will defend you for literally crimes against humanity, then I understand why you would feel like you don't need a PR machine. You don't need to do PR training. You can just say whatever you want and you can just delete the video and issue a sorry ass apology and your fans will do the rest. They'll defend you till kingdom come. You know what I mean? So yeah, and I think there's new allegations now that have come out after this. Oh girl. Oh Lord. Jamesy. But yeah, man, how do you feel about this entire situation? How do you feel about the people defending him? Like, but this is not what's happening here. Like, I don't think we should feel entitled to someone who has money to help us out, right? Doesn't mean that people must feel entitled to you helping them out, whether it's with money or with your connections. No, no, no. We should not confuse community and humanity and empathy with using people and feeling entitled to people's things. But again, that's not what's happening here. This is a human reaching out to another human who they feel can help them in this time of need. Can you please share? And this is the response that you get. Yeah, how do you feel about this? Oh, I don't know, guys. It's just bad. But again, I don't think a lot of us are surprised. But yeah, comment down below, like this video if you like this video, and yeah, I'll see you in the next video.